Okay, so if there has been something that has happened recently, a disappointment, so-called failure, a rejection, just something that really was painful to deal with, this is going to be a really empowering and powerful video for you because there's a whole shift that you're in, and there's something that through that loss or disappointment or rejection or heartbreak or whatever it was, wanted to reveal to you that before you get to this next level of yourself, where you are able to hold on to and hold the space for this thing that your heart deeply desires, there is still a belief that is so deep within you that still believes something about you deserving this, something about your ability to achieve or manifest this, that wants to finally rid itself. This is really cool because it's one of those things where you've kind of gone through this cycle in different ways throughout your life, and it may feel like, damn, I've been committing so much healing and efforting to grow, to be this healthy version of myself. I've been working on visualizing and manifesting and all this stuff, and yet this thing that, echoes things from the past is still appearing in my life. And it is because you are about to level up really big. And since the winter, we have been changing and shifting and growing at rapid speed. Whatever in the last 5-6 months, whatever has changed within you changed quicker than you've ever changed before. Like, you're not even the same person as a couple weeks ago, never mind 5 months ago, but even just last week, you're totally in this different phase of yourself. And there's these things are coming up, especially within this period of the last 5 to 6 months, where it's rapid purging, rapid self-reflection, rapid healing, things that would have taken you, you weren't even able to heal these things before. It just wasn't possible. And this thing that is so painful, because clearly you've stayed in this video and clicked on it because something has happened in the recent past that just, man, it just sucks. It just sucks. And it brings up these old stories about, why that dream is too big to be true, why you're not worthy of deserving that. And the point of this is, it is asking us for the final freaking time, okay? The final time. We're done. We're done doing this cycle over and over and over again. You are being asked, and I'm actually going to ask you, go get your journal, go get some paper, and write down at its core what old beliefs surfaced because of this recent disappointment or pain or loss. What is the thing what is it telling you? And I also did this exercise, and it was crazy. One of the beliefs that just was revealed to me that used to be a thing, I totally 100% believed 10 years ago. It's so not my thing anymore. But this thing that, some of us just aren't meant for those things. And, you're God will never answer your prayers, and there's amount of suffering you're just supposed to deal with in this life. And I was like, oh my God, that is so old me. That is the way I perceived reality of this just withholding. Life was just cruel and withholding. I'm even getting emotional, even just going back to that belief system of wow, it was such a painful existence. I remember I used to believe not for everyone, although we all deal with suffering, but like specifically it was like, I was created to suffer. Like that was my belief about reality. And apparently there's aspects of that that still are deeply woven into my fabric of understanding reality. So I want you to just take a minute and really go to the core. Like, what does this thing bring up for you? What is this loss? What are the thoughts coming up about life, about trust, about yourself, about your worth, about what you're able to manifest, what you're able to hold? And the other thing that came up was the story that no matter how much healing and manifesting you do, there's some things you'll just never achieve. And I'm like, Jesus, this is like effed up. Like, this is not what I teach people. But, there's these things that are so woven into our core that we can get so far from them, but there's still this like grain of sand of that we need to recognize, we need to face it. And, you always can know if you're dealing with a lie about yourself, if it makes you feel like crap, if it makes you feel distrustful of life, if it makes you feel that your dream is too good to be true, if it makes you feel like you need this outside thing or this outside person in order to be safe or validated or good enough, then it's absolutely not freaking true. So take this moment, write what the beliefs are. So pause, come back. Okay. So here's the amazing news. Here is what is so cool. Whatever you wrote down means that you are here to experience the exact opposite. That all those things are the lies that you have believed about yourself, and that in whatever experimental, interesting way life wants to show up with you, there is a part of your destiny path, a part of your life is to know the exact opposite of that lie. Because we live in this dichotomy, and you can't know something without knowing the opposite of it. So your journey of those dark, disturbing feelings that cause deep anguish within yourself actually give you this ability to feel joy and security and trust and safety on that same level of that intensity, the same freaking level. So now I want you to write about, what does that mean if everything you just wrote down, all those limiting beliefs that have come up, if you're supposed to experience the exact opposite of those limiting beliefs? So take a moment, write that down, pause, and come back. All right, welcome back. And now we're going to do a reading about your everything that you are here to experience. And just to be clear, this is about, to go back to, there's this rapid healing happening within the collective of people on their growth path, and like just facing thing after thing after thing, because there's this leveling up, because there's this you yearning to align with your truest self, your most authentic self, you yearning to heal and not hold on to things and stories, and honestly to not keep freaking healing. Like, I get it, like it's the whole thing, it's like always healing, but sometimes like, geez, like, do we want to align with always healing? Because in turn it's like, there's something wrong with me if I have to keep healing. So, and I think that's like a big trap a lot of people get into in the healing world, is that like you're constantly healing. Like that doesn't, I don't know. I think you need some breaks. Okay. So what you wrote down, and just as I shuffle the cards, read what you just wrote down out loud. Like, say it out loud. Put that freaking vibration, that frequency, speak it into existence. Use the spoken word. Use the science magic of your freaking tone and vibration to declare that this is what You are here to have, go for it. Keep going. All right, take a big deep breath in, bring it in. Lift your hands in the air, squeeze every muscle in your body, hold your breath, squeeze your root, lock the muscle you hold your pee with, squeeze, 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 and rainbow out, release. Let's see what we got. Okay, so there's a story happening right here. Okay, so basically, almost there, is this story about how the fox had this yearning to get to this wish fulfillment, the thing that was the biggest desire in his heart to get to, and he could hardly even understand what it was, but it was this thing that just drew him to constantly go towards this thing, and he could never make it no matter how many times he tried to get to this thing that was his heart's deepest desire, which was kind of vague to him, but it just, something in him drew him to this. And it was failure after failure after failure after failure, that at some point he just began to just distrust life and start to see life as cruel, and that his heart's biggest desire could never be achieved. This sounds exactly like what I was saying earlier. I mean, I didn't make the deck. So it was just this such pain. And eventually he was able to figure out how to get to this thing, but it was from the wisdom and everything he had learned from all those times he wasn't able to get to this thing. He actually picked up tools and knowledge and wisdom and understanding that was what he needed to get to exactly what he wanted, which was his heart's deepest desire and his purpose and everything that felt so fulfilling about this. So you have been being prepared to hold the weight of this dream. You have been being prepared to be this healthiest version of yourself, to align with that beloved who is also healthy on the same level as you. You have been being prepared to hold that frequency of profound wealth. You have been, sometimes we think we just want it now, but we have to understand our nervous system sometimes needs these moments to just slowly recalibrate, because otherwise you might just go insane, because going from one this lower frequency immediately to a higher frequency, which is real and possible, but sometimes it can be jolting to the system, and it's almost like there's this easing you in to be prepared to hold the weight of this thing. And that small steps, big accomplishments, everything you've been doing, everything has been leading to a long-lasting success of exactly what you wrote down. It has been leading, and the small steps, right? You don't see results really with all these small steps, but after the 6 months of these steps, 10 years of these steps, it is actually going to lead you to the thing where what you wrote down is long lasting, where it's not oh, I was able to make this much money and then I lost it or whatever. It's no, you can hold that level of wealth. You can hold that level of security. You can hold that level of love. You can hold that level of success. So yeah, it's all you've been being prepared and you have been doing the work. And this thing, My Shadows Make Diamonds, this is about whatever this current thing that just happened, because it's also your light is being activated, which is the triggers, the things that's triggering you is actually coming up to be released. These things, it's look at the lie. look at it, let's examine it, and let's move the hell on, because this thing, there's still some grains of sand in there. It's like, otherwise it wouldn't be bringing up those feelings. And just again, reflecting on some of the stuff I wrote, it's like, whoa, this is like so, I just haven't related to that feeling in so long. But if that is what's coming up, I'm like, oh shoot, like this is, low key kind of in the background, and I need to like detox and rid myself of this thing. So the light trigger, your light is being activated, is because it's showing you, the trigger is showing you where you've been blocking your light, because light is like your truth. And where is this lie? It's showing you where the lie is. And so you can turn it into the exact opposite. My shadows make diamonds. You can turn it into this diamond and this abundance trust portal. So she took everything that was painful and she turned it into her gift. She turned it into seeing her value. She turned it into trust and abundance. And through whatever this current situation that has made you feel some type of way, you're gonna emerge from it with this new level of self-authority, this new level of how you see yourself, of how you stop caring so much about whatever BS is on the outside that really isn't that big of a deal. You're going to start really looking at your thoughts in this new authoritative way, where you're like, that's a lie. That thought form running through my screen, that is a lie. Wow, look at that lie. You're going to catch the lies instead of just aligning and being hypnotized with them and being like, okay, all right. And then because when you get hijacked, you see through the eye of it, you breathe through the mouth of it, you smell through the nose of it. It's hell. But you're going to start catching it sooner. And what she's jumping into, the ruby, the king of all gemstones, in Sanskrit, ruby is the king of all gemstones. Again, this is about your authority. This is about you having your castle, your land. You're the king, you're the queen, you're the emperor, the empress, you're the whatever you want to call it. You're the creator. Like, it's you ruling. You're ruling your own life, as opposed to letting some BS tell you this is what you're not good enough. So that's kind of what's going on right now. What I think you're going into, it's kind of exactly what I said, because it's you claiming your power. It's seeing how powerful you are. It's you having this new sovereignty and dominion over the way you think, over boundaries, over what you care about, over how, there's this power that's going to happen in you where these triggers don't trigger you the way they have in the recent months. Those things are coming up to die out. But you're at this young version of yourself in this new version that you've become, Baby Hawk, who's all about look at the bigger picture and your self-authority, and having this bigger vision to know what it is. This is what I'm here to do. This is what's going to happen. Whatever I just wrote down is part of my destiny path. This is what I am meant to experience. And not you can look at what animals eat and also kind of study what that means in reflection to them. So a lot of hawks eat mice. Mouse is about looking very detail oriented, looking at every detail. Hawk is about, no, look at the bigger picture and look at this because we have mouse on here. So it's, I almost feel what do we know that, the way Hawk looks at things, it rises above and it sees this bigger picture. So there's something about you, where you are right now, and you want to be Big Hawk. You want to be in your authority. You want to already have emerged, right? You don't want to be almost there. You want to be there. But this is about knowing the bigger picture, that this is meant for you. It's just trust this thing. Just trust. The reason all this BS stuff came up, the reason this painful rejection or whatever it is, or failure or disappointment or heartbreak or loss of money or whatever it is, is happening because you're at the end of a cycle of that version of yourself who aligned with it. Like, we're done. You're already baby hawk. So it's like, see the bigger picture. See that this thing, the good thing you wrote down is meant for you. And it's leading to this new level of your own self-containment. I contain all of me. You can contain, this is interesting because the orca, it's black and white dichotomy, right? Like, I had to know black to know white. It also is like this, impressive, wild, vicious, and smart, intelligent, and friendly sea creature that has also been a slave to humanity at sea parks. Like, it knows victimhood, it knows slavery to an extent, and it also knows freedom and liberation and self-authority, like not having anyone tell it, like, go do this so people will applaud because you're good enough and then I'll feed you. So it's like, it knows both aspects of reality. So this is about, there's something of everything. You're bringing it back in. You're containing all the wisdom. You know the darkness. You know the light. You can hold both. You can hold all of it. And this is that you containing all of yourself. You containing that you might feel like crap. You might feel sad. You might feel whatever you feel. You might feel distrusting. It's like, fine. It's all still freaking working out. You're containing. You're holding the space for all this intensity, for all these feelings. And what it's inevitably leading to is you freaking containing all yourself and integrating. That's what's really going on right now. You're integrating. You're bringing in aspects of you who've believed the lie. You're bringing in those aspects, and then you're denying the lie to come with you. Okay, little 6-year-old. Okay, little 15-year-old. Okay, little 30-year-old. Okay, whatever these ages are that have held some kind of a deeply disturbing belief about life. You're bringing them in, but you're like, I'm going to release you from believing this BS because it's not true. And this is where the alignment happens. This is where you step into your abundance. And this bowhead whale is also talking about you're not alone. It's not like life or God or creation or great mystery or universe or whatever million words you want to call this thing that is unknowable. That's another thing. Anyone who's like tells you that they can understand the creator, okay, be wary, be freaking wary. That's like me creating a painting and my painting being like, yeah, Cara, it holds aspects of me, it reflects me in some ways, but I am so unknowable to it. So even though it's created for me and it knows my essence anyways. So the bowhead whale does talk about there's something beyond us that is guiding us, that is protecting us, that is, because this bowhead whale, it's giving like prophet kind of vibe because of a dream I had when I was younger. So it's like this, ultimate spiritual manifestation that is this thing that is just kind of beyond us, that is protecting us. So, and if we look at bowhead whales, they're, when they're migrating, one bowhead whale, and this is in the Arctic, will lead the herd to clear the path of the ice and stuff so they can easily breathe through their blowholes. So this is about, there's something that actually is clearing the path for you, and you're not alone on this. So that's awesome. But the other thing is that you're just you're containing yourself right now. That's what all this work has been in the last 5 months. Containing, bringing back, integrating all these parts of yourself, everything becoming whole. Because as you become whole, this is where you realize you're the biggest freaking abundance, and then the abundance is reflected back to you. Because you were never like, the whole point of this reality is our unity, is our oneness, and we can see that on a spiritual and scientific level. So when we push away aspects of ourselves, it's just not how the structure of this reality works. We are supposed to be one. We are supposed to be in alignment with our own oneness and celebrate our individuality, but like I'm talking about on a bigger scale of the world. Like, it is our destiny path to align with the oneness of humanity, that we are one big fat freaking family. So, you know, this is something that we also have to do within ourselves, is integrate these parts that we've, you know, pushed away or created different versions to protect us at certain moments. But, you know, there's some kind of massive integration happening within these last few months that is so you can come into wholeness and be this abundance, and then share this abundance and receive this abundance. Speaking of receiving abundance, June is all about like wealth, prosperity, abundance. My I Receive workshop, which is a part of the membership, or you can pay for it separately, but it is, I really think there's something so powerful about us aligning with being able to create wealth from doing what we love, from doing something that feels fulfilling, and for feeling like life is supporting you. So this one is really connecting us to our own inherent worth and value, to then align with our ability to receive abundance and wealth. And for a lot of us, that does mean like financially. So that's going to be a big theme for June. And we're working with Pig. I think we might work with Dragon, working with the body, the nervous system. We're working with golden coins and diamonds and all this stuff to align into the frequency, who is not only understanding how freaking valuable they are, but who is, you know, honestly, we're getting in alignment with our own inherent value to then just receive, and working with our nervous system to feel safe to receive and to be seen. So if that sounds like something awesome for you, you could check out the membership. It's free in the membership, which is really cool. Or you could just purchase it separately. And I forgot to add the coolest detail. It's on the summer solstice. The summer solstice starts the night before, and then June 21st, Eastern Standard Time on this side in New York City, there on that Saturday, it's still the summer solstice, and we're going to be doing it at noon Eastern Standard Time. So, harnessing the energy, the portal of like solstice, equinox, those moments of reality is like, it's going to be huge. And if you're in the membership, then we're doing another, within that week, it's a whole wealth activation with Taylor Eaton. She is, famously the wealth activator coach. She's freaking awesome. She has her own card deck. She's super cool. So we'll do something with her too. But yeah, and that's a part of the membership. But there's just so much, like, we're ready. We're at this point where we're ready to freaking honor our value and receive. All right, I love you guys. World peace. Info on all that in the description. All right, bye.